Hey everybody, this is Jay, and the vehicle you're looking at is the Mercedes-Benz E350 sedan. Now, today's unboxing video, I'm going to tell you all about this car, going into its history, some of the engines and transmission options available, the design inside and out, various features, the competition, safety and fuel economy, and of course, pricing. But what I also want to be able to tell you today is that I'm actually in the market for a brand new car. So, I've owned American cars, I've owned Japanese cars, I've owned South Korean, but I've never owned a German-built car. So, I came down to Mercedes-Benz of Walnut Creek in the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, I have a lot of friends who've owned German cars. I know a lot about them. I just never got around to owning one of them. And when I walked into the dealership and I saw this E350 sedan, I just liked it immediately. So, I wanted to talk to you all about it. Now, going to the history of the Mercedes E-Class, it actually first came out in 1993. The car you're looking at is the fourth generation. But the E-Class itself, aside from the name, actually dates back to the early 1950s, around 1953, I believe. That's when Mercedes-Benz, in the wake of World War II, was really getting production and everything back at full throttle, and it started building a very high-quality, premium luxury sedan. It was immediately pretty popular, and it's just been evolving that more and more throughout the decades. And finally, it has become the car you're looking at right now. Now, the engine you just heard is a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 with direct injection. It has a total of 302 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Mercedes-Benz, they're really smart with the E-Class. They offer a range of engines, such as their Blue Tech diesels, a 3.0-liter naturally aspirated V6, a couple of turbocharged V8s, and one of them includes the 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8, which, of course, powers the E63 AMG BMW M5 fighter. Those two, the M5, the E63 AMG, have been battling it out for many, many years, and each one of them has their loyal group of fans. But today's E350, it is paired with a 7-speed automatic transmission. Mercedes-Benz also offers a 5 and 9-speed automatic as well as a 6-speed manual, and I think that's really, really good on their part. They're trying to make an engine and transmission combo for everybody. And the E-Class, as you can see, it's also a sedan and as well as a wagon. Now, the wagon is much, much more popular in Europe. They're not really wagons in general going all that well in the US anymore. Crossovers have effectively taken over the wagon segment. But there is also an E-Class coupe and convertible. But what's interesting is that those cars are actually based on the C-Class platform, the previous generation C-Class platform, just something Mercedes-Benz does. Now, in terms of the exterior design of the E350 here, I really like it. I know some people call it conservative. I think the better word is elegant, because it is very, very elegant. You have these very nice, crisp, and clean lines, short front overhang, and an overall very, very just nice stance and good proportions. You have these optional 18-inch wheels with 5-spoke wheels on them. Their 17-inch wheels are standard, but this car is equipped with the Sport package. So along with the slightly larger wheels, you also get a body kit with a little bit of extra styling and a rear spoiler. But I think it works really well here. And I always don't like it when people call Mercedes-Benz conservative or plain looking, but I think that's what Mercedes-Benz excels at, is just making elegant cars. They don't want to be conservative, they want to be elegant, and that's what the E350 is. And also, I really like this engine. It is a naturally aspirated, meaning it's not as fuel efficient as more modern engines are. A lot of automakers, both luxury and non-luxury, are going to turbocharging engines, such as Ford's EcoBoost lineup. And the naturally aspirated V6, in many ways, is sort of a dying breed, unfortunately. I don't know how much longer Mercedes-Benz is going to be equipping its cars or even building naturally aspirated V6s, but I don't expect it to be around all that much longer. I think this one, in this application of the car, it's very powerful. 302 horsepower is proper. All that power is sent to the rear wheels. All-wheel drive is also available, but you want a powerful engine for a car of this size. Now, the interior, it's very much a reflection of the exterior. It's very elegant, and some would say conservative. Again, I don't like the word conservative here. Elegance is key. Everything is very, very premium. It's a little hard to see because of the black leather, but that is real ashwood trim, excuse me, along with brushed aluminum trim as well. And it's just an overall really just nice packaging. Like the Audi S4 unboxing video I recently did, the interior materials are just top quality. Mercedes-Benz accepts nothing less than perfection in this case. And that's really, really good, especially for when you're buying a luxury car. You don't want the automaker to cheapen anything. You're paying a lot of money, and I'll get to pricing shortly, but at a car of this caliber, you should be getting the best. And the way everything just feels, the buttons, the way, just when you press the steering wheel controls, it's just very, very solid. What I also like, the back seat, it is big. There is plenty of legroom, and that's something that Mercedes-Benz knows. It knows the E350 buyers or E-Class buyers, they want to drive people around in style. They want their rear seat passengers to be just as comfortable as they are up front. And that's why you're going to get a very, very comfortable seating positions in the rear. What's also really nice is that, the front seat passengers get the same type of fully adjustable seat that the driver does. There's really a seating position for everybody, regardless of your height. You even have those really cool electronic headrests there. So no matter what, you'll find a place or position to be comfortable in for any distance. And I'm about average height, and you can clearly see plenty of legroom, plenty of knee room. My knees aren't even coming close to touching the back of the front seat. And another thing that Mercedes does that's really cool is that even the rear seat materials are of top quality. I've noticed little bits such as cup holders in other cars that are a little cheapened. Even here with that 12-volt power outlet there, the way it unfolds or pops out, it's not cheap, and that's excellent on Mercedes' part. Now, some of the other features that you can get in the E-Class, you have the command system with nav, voice control, surround sound stereo system, and on the exterior, there's even power folding mirrors, which is really a nice feature to have as well. And in terms of what I like and don't like about the interior, now, the interior, it's very straightforward. I know BMW, for comparison, their dashboards are slightly angled towards the driver. That's done because BMW has more of a driving heritage, and in fact, BMW didn't even really build luxury cars until really just about a couple decades ago. They were more into performance, but Mercedes-Benz has been building premium and elegance for decades. And when it comes to the dash design of this E350 here, it's very straightforward. It's solid. I didn't have a problem really reaching for anything, but I thought the buttons were actually a little too small. German automakers, they pride themselves on their technology and their various engineering, and they just pack so much of that into their cars where I think it can become a little intimidating at times. Now, the layout here, as you can see, buttons small. They're not hard to figure out, but there is a slight learning curve here. But when it comes to the command infotainment system here, it was actually pretty easy. It has a dial along the center console. Now that type of technology came out back in the early 2000s, right around 2002, when BMW launched a 7 Series with something called iDrive. I've talked about that before in previous videos, where they had this, that dial there, and it was very revolutionary technology. And not to mention, it was very, very confusing, to say the least, at the time. But over the years, BMW, as long as all the other automakers, have perfected that and evolved it very, very well. In this application of the E350, I think it was very, very good. I know Mercedes is working on a next generation E350 or E-Class that will be coming out in the coming months. And I expect for the nav system to be even more evolved. So, to summarize the interior, very nice, very straightforward. I love that steering wheel. That's a sports steering wheel that is a part of the optional sport package. It's nice, it's grippy, it's got an excellent sport feel to it. The only thing is, these buttons, there's a lot of them, and they're a little small, but with a little bit of practice, any buyer or driver will be able to master it. So what is the E-Classes or the E350's competition? Well, obviously, the first thing is going to be the BMW 5 Series, which is the more standard version of the BMW M5 high-performance luxury sedan. 5 Series is an excellent, excellent car. I'm a big fan of it. You also have the Audi A6, the Cadillac CTS, the Lexus GS, and the Infiniti Q70. Now, if it were up to me, I really think I'm going to go for this E350 here. It's just really, really nice. It's this, that elegance and everything just, it just works so well. It's a very honest luxury car, and I really, really like that. As far as safety goes, Mercedes-Benz is also known for building very solid, safe cars. This E350 or generation E-Class has received an overall 4-star crash test rating by the U.S. government. It's received a 5-star crash test rating for the side crashes, and a 5-star rollover rating as well. Fuel economy, it has earned 20 miles per gallon in the city, 29 miles per gallon highway, and an average of 23 miles per gallon. Again, it's a naturally aspirated V6 with rear-wheel drive. That means it's a little more performance-oriented. It's just how it is. Another feature, this I love, is that 3-star grille, the 3-pointed star grille at the front, that actually illuminates at night. It looks fantastic. It is an option. I would absolutely get that, because you're telling all other drivers that you are driving a Mercedes-Benz, and you want them to know you're driving a Mercedes-Benz. So, when it comes to pricing, now, this E350 starts off at $53,100. The total that this car came to, including that sport package with the rear deck spoiler and the larger wheels and various other bits, came to $61,195. Now, I think that's an excellent value, because if you've ever seen German sedans before, any German car, the moment you start adding on some features, it quickly adds thousands of dollars into the bottom line price, and it adds up fast. Here, I think a little less than $10,000 more than the starting price, you get an exceptional value. Now, $61,000, yes, it's a lot of money, but you're also getting a lot of car. It's a large car. As you can see, the trunk, it's massive. It only takes up my equipment only takes up a small portion of the space inside that's available to you. And of course, the rear seats fold flat for even more space. Now, the E-Class, in case you haven't noticed, it's also very popular with taxi drivers, and there's a reason why. It's because it's big, it is comfortable, it has plenty of room, and it's just a nice car to drive, whether it's on the highway or around town. It has a combination of a sporty feel, specifically when you get the sport package, and it's just, smooth. It is premium, it is elegant, and it just looks good. Mercedes has mastered this class of car with its decades and decades of experience, and going forth, it's only going to get better and better. And actually looking at this car, the more I was checking it out and looking at all of the features, I really like the black on black. It's very sharp. It looks, it just has a really nice commanding presence that Mercedes buyers, they're after. So in summary, guys, I am a big fan of this E350 sedan. It is currently number one in terms of the cars I am looking at. I'm going for German this time, and so that's it. So everybody, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Please leave me suggestions for any future cars that you'd like to see me review, and also check out the full review of the E350 on carbuzz.com. Until then, we'll see you next time.